Alright, hi guys, this is asource1. This is my third surface tutorial for GameMaker. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a blood smear with surfaces in GameMaker. So I've got this effect set up. I've got it's a kind of, I set it up already. Got the small blood sprite, larger blood sprite, different sub-images, so we'd have some variation. And they're just mapped onto a transparent background, so it's just one color. And then I've got these three objects for my blood. I've got the large splotch, or splot, the smaller splots, and then smearing splots. So those are the ones that kind of give you the trail down, like they're running down something. And the larger ones will grow like the blood spreading on something. And so if you look at the game right now, I've got it set up so that when you click, it creates these blood things, and that you can all do on your own. That's not really part of this tutorial. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now. Let me run the game here. And you can see, it kind of looks good, but right here, obviously, and they disappear after a while, but they don't leave a trail. It just doesn't look quite, like you'd expect. You want them to leave a trail, like they're running down and like leaving the blood behind them. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a surface to make these things, the smearing things, leave a trail. And the way we're going to do that is, well, let's first set up the surface. So I have an object that's kind of like going to hold the surface and draw the surface and everything. And so in the create event, I'm going to create my surface. So if you watch the motion blur tutorial already, you know this, but just surface create, and then we'll call it blood surface, and then we want to, no wait, never mind, crap, I got that mixed up. Blood surface equals surface create. That always mixes me up. And then we want to make it as wide and as tall as the room. So room width for the width, and room height for the height. And then we want to clear the surface because we don't want it to have anything on it, no memory junk. So surface set target, and then the name of the surface, blood surface, and then draw clear alpha, because we want, alpha, we don't want it a solid color. Let's do white, and then 0 alpha, and then reset the target, drawing target, surface reset target. Okay, so that takes care of creating the surface. Next, we need to draw the surface in the draw event, so that it shows in the room. So go to the draw event, and I've already got the crosshair sprite drawing here, but for the drawing the surface, you want to do draw surface blood surface, and then the X and Y location, so 0 and 0. And then before we do anything else, we want to make sure we're freeing the surface after the game finishes. So surface free in the room end event, do surface free blood surface, and that takes care of that. Now we need to draw these blood objects onto the surface, and I've parented the two smaller objects, the smear and the small splot, to the large splot. So all I need to do is use a with construct to draw the entire large, the large splot objects, and all the small and the smear splot objects will draw that as well. And I've got a script here called draw me, which basically just draws them with, everything already set up. It replicates the normal draw event for when you don't actually have a draw event, just how GameMaker does stuff. You probably know what I'm talking about. So, in the end step event of the blood surface object, you can put surface set target, because we want to draw on the surface, and then blood surface surface, and with object splot large, and I only need to do this for the large ones because the smaller ones in the smearing splots are parented, remember? So draw me. Okay, so that'll draw them on the surface. And then reset the surface with surface reset target. And we don't need any arguments there. That takes care of that. And if we run the game, because I've already got the blood surface object in the room, if we run the game, it should go like this. Okay, so that kind of works, but you can see we've got some problems here. The sprites aren't exactly doing what they're supposed to, you know. It's like really weird. It's not solid because the background's showing through. That is actually caused by a blending problem. The way GameMaker blends the pixels on the surface, and because you have alpha in your blood sprites, you know, transparency, it creates those transparent areas where you shouldn't have any. The easiest way to get around that is to draw it using one of the extended blend modes, but unfortunately that means you're going to have to make your blood sprites white, which isn't a big problem. So let me show you how to do this. I'm going to go to my blood sprites, and I'm going to go edit sprite, and I'm going to make them white. So just make them all white. So there we go. Now, in my end step event where I'm drawing the surface, I need to draw it with a blend mode of BM SRC, source alpha, so source alpha, and then BM1. So it'll look like this: draw, set, blend mode, extended, because you want to use an extended blend mode, BM SRC alpha, and then BM1. And then after you draw them, you want to go draw, set, blend mode, BM normal. And we're not using the extended blend modes this time, we're just doing normal because it sets it back to normal drawing so that your surface is drawn normally. And then, if we run the game, you will see, hopefully I got this right. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, so see, it's smearing. But now your blood's white. That doesn't work. So, we can't change the sprite to a different color because it won't work. I don't have time to show you that here, but if you try it, it's going to mess up. It's not going to look right. So what we have to do is we have to change the blending of the end result of the surface. So go back to your blood surface object, and in the draw event, change the draw surface function to draw surface extended, ext. And then we can input a y scale and x scale and y scale, which would be 1, 1, the rotation, which we want to be 0, and the color, which can be the color of your object, you know, of your blood. So in this case, I know I want my blood to be around 130, and that's just a dark red. And an alpha of 1, because the surface already has its own alpha. And if I draw it, now we should have our blood. Okay, one more thing I forgot to do. We still got those white things. The blood looks okay, but the white things are because we didn't, our objects that actually, you know, represent where the blood is, our splot objects, are still visible. So I'm going to set these to non-visible, and when we run the game, you can see we've got some pretty cool looking blood, you know, and it really won't slow down your game because it's just drawing it on one surface. So, you know, you can boom, boom, boom. So, that's how you do a blood effect in GameMaker. Thanks for watching. Bye.